Earlier this year, I booked ANA business class award tickets from LAX to Tokyo for me, my wife, my mom, and my sister. So 4 people total. And if you ever booked ANA award tickets for business class, you know how difficult it is to find the award availability. So in this video, I'm gonna go over a strategy on how to find ANA award availability. The strategy I'm about to go over is not gonna work for everyone, but if you're able to make it work, it's a true way to maximize your credit card points. The strategy involves close-in bookings. My name is Max. I help people maximize their airline miles, hotel points, and credit card points. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. It does help with my channel. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And let's get into today's video. Close-in bookings are bookings that are made within 30 days of departure. So they're considered kind of like last-minute travel. Most of last year and earlier this year, ANA was releasing award space for close-in bookings pretty consistently. So that means 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks before departure. But that all stopped during the peak summer months. Now, since we're past the summer months, close-in award availability has come back, and it's probably your best chance to book ANA business class for 2 or more seats. So let's go through how you can search and book these flights. First up, how can you earn the points to make this booking? Good thing for us, ANA is a Star Alliance partner, so that gives us a bunch of different options to make this booking. But we're just going to focus on 2, Air Canada and Virgin Atlantic. These 2 are some of the better options to book ANA business class flights and maximize your credit card points. I would say United, but United recently went through a devaluation on all of their routes internationally, and now it's pretty expensive to book any sort of international transatlantic or trans-Pacific flights with United, so I don't recommend booking through United. If you want more information on the devaluation, you can check out the video up here or somewhere up here. So since we're focusing on Air Canada and Virgin Atlantic, so how do we earn Air Canada Aeroplan points or Virgin points? A lot of credit card points transfer to Air Canada Aeroplan points, same thing with Virgin points. And so for Air Canada, Bilt, Capital One, Chase, and American Express points all transfer to Air Canada Aeroplan. And for Virgin Atlantic, Bilt, Capital One, Citi, Chase, and American Express points all transfer over to Virgin points at a 1-to-1 ratio. So you have plenty of options to earn credit card points and transfer them over to Air Canada Aeroplan or Virgin points. If you're interested in applying for any credit cards, I'll leave my affiliate links down in the description. Using those links helps support my channel. Let's move on to how to redeem the points for these ANA business class flights. First up, we need to find award availability. We're not going to go on the ANA website to search. We're going to use United.com. The reason why we're using United.com is because it's easier to search on United, and United has an easy award counter that you can search month to month to see what award availability is available. So let's jump over to my computer and I'll show you how to run a search over on United.com. We're here on United.com. I have my computer right in front of me, and what we're going to do is go one way for now. Click on Book with Miles, click on Flexible Dates, Washington to Tokyo. Quick note I forgot to add here is that this works best for non-stop ANA operator routes. And I'll list all the routes that ANA operates between the US and Tokyo on the side over here, and those are the routes that you want to focus on. If you type in TYO, it'll search both of Tokyo's airport. Tokyo has 2 airports, Narita and Haneda. Narita is further from the city, Haneda is much closer. My preference is to fly into Haneda, but sometimes you have no option other than to fly into Narita. If you have a choice between the 2, I would fly into Haneda. But if you type in TYO, it searches both airports. And so we're gonna go August for 4 adults in business class and click on Find Flights. So the reason why we're searching on United here is that it gives us this awesome award counter. This award counter up top here gives a 30-day snapshot of the award availability that is available for the route that we search. And what we want to primarily focus on are finding the dates that says 100,000 points or 110,000 United miles. We're not booking through United again, so ignore those prices, but 110 or 100,000 United miles kind of signifies that it's saver award space or the award availability that we're looking for. And so for example, like if we go on the 9th here, let's click on the 24th, for example, it says 110,000 United miles. So if you scroll down, it gives you the results, and I like to click this arrow to sort out the award availability. And at the top here, it shows us that this flight is operated by All Nippon Airways, and there's business class award availability. How do we know that this is the saver award space? Well, we can see business fare class I right below here. And so if we click on details, that kind of further expands that. And so you can see business fare class I. And so that's exactly what we're looking for. Washington to Tokyo, non-stop, operated by All Nippon Airways, business fare class I. That means it's Saver Award Space. Now that we found the Saver Award Space on United.com, a key concept to remember is that if we find Saver Award Space, that means that Saver Award Space can be potentially shared among other partner airlines. Other partner airlines like Air Canada. Jump over to Air Canada here, type in the same dates, Washington to Tokyo, TYO, one-way, book with Aeroplan points, and the same date, August 24th, let's do for adults like last time, hit close and hit search flight. I'm gonna go ahead and close out of that. And so here are the results on Air Canada, and it's Washington to Tokyo, operated by All Nippon Airways. There's 4 seats left at 75,000 Aeroplan points one way, and $75 Canadian, which is about like $56 in taxes and fees. And so the same exact flight that we found over at United, we found it on Air Canada Aeroplan, and this is where you can transfer your credit card points to Air Canada Aeroplan and book through Air Canada for 75,000 Air Canada points. So that's how you book through Air Canada Aeroplan. And so you can also book the same exact Saver Award Space through Virgin Atlantic. So Virgin Atlantic has a special partnership with ANA. They're not in the same partner alliance. It's kind of just one of those things where, like, if you know, you know. And if you just Google Virgin Atlantic and ANA partnership, then they'll show you their partnership website. And so it's a special partnership that's outside of the airlines alliances. Virgin Atlantic is SkyTeam and ANA is Star Alliance. I'm not sure how long this partnership will last, given that Virgin Atlantic just recently joined SkyTeam. But for right now, the partnership still exists and you can still book ANA flights through Virgin Atlantic. So remember the Saver Award Space that we found. What we can do is call Virgin Atlantic at this number, and then they can kind of walk you through the process, and you want to confirm with them over the phone if they see that same Saver Award Space. The great thing about Virgin Atlantic is that they'll charge you less in miles and points. They'll charge you only 45,000 Virgin points, depending on whether you're flying from the West Coast or the East Coast, which is an absolute steal. The downside is that they'll charge you more in taxes and fees. And so the taxes and fees can range between somewhere around $150 to $250 in taxes and fees. And so Virgin Atlantic passes on some of the surcharges and the taxes and fees when you're redeeming your points, and you would have to pay more taxes and fees than Air Canada Aeroplan. So that's the downside. When you call in, the person on the phone can confirm the award space. Once they find the award available, you can keep them on the phone line, and that's when you can transfer your bill to Capital One, Chase, American Express, or Citi Thank You points over to Virgin Atlantic, and then have the person on the phone wait for your points to transfer. The points transfer should be instant, so it shouldn't take very long. And then once your points are transferred, then you can have the person on the phone complete your booking for your flight. So that's how you book on Air Canada Aeroplan or Virgin Atlantic. You have to decide whether you would want to book through Air Canada Aeroplan, pay more in points but less in taxes and fees, or book through Virgin Atlantic and pay less in points but pay more in taxes and fees. You can comment below and let me know which one you would prefer, more in taxes and fees and less in points, or more in points and less in taxes and fees. One factor that might help you determine whether to book through Air Canada Aeroplan or Virgin Atlantic are transfer bonuses, and transfer bonuses are a good way to maximize this redemption. Air Canada Aeroplan had a 20% transfer bonus, so with a 20% transfer bonus, that reduces it down to just 62,500 credit card points that you would need to transfer over to Air Canada Aeroplan in order to have that 75,000 Air Canada Aeroplan points to make your booking. So sometimes it makes sense to wait for a transfer bonus, but again, the award availability might not be there if you wait too long. For Virgin Atlantic, we typically see 30% transfer bonuses. And so with a 30% transfer bonus and with the redemption points already being 45,000 Virgin points, that knocks it down to like around 35,000 credit card points that you would need to transfer over to Virgin Atlantic in order to have enough Virgin points to complete your one-way business class ANA booking, which is an awesome deal. At that point, might as well just redeem your credit card points and pay a little bit more in taxes and fees, because how often are you able to book 35,000 point business class tickets from the US over to Tokyo? in business class. Finding award availability to Asia is really hard to find right now. But the thing I like about these ANA close-in space is that it's pretty consistent. And so it's always released 2 to 3, sometimes 4 weeks out before departure. And you can kind of count on it releasing that award space. As long as the flight is not completely sold out, you'll see that award space sometimes for 2 seats, sometimes for 4 seats, sometimes for even more seats. Sometimes it's multiple flights on the same day that have award space. My only concern is that the close-in award availability can end at any time, similar to how they stopped close-in award space when it came to peak summer travel time. Who knows when they're going to stop releasing that award availability for that close-in bookings, but we'll have to wait and see. So you have to be super flexible and have a little bit of like YOLO, I guess, and book some of those last minute tickets in order to find the award availability that you want. A key thing when it comes to miles and points is that you have to adjust your schedule to the award availability. The award availability will typically not adjust their schedule to fit yours, but instead you have to fit your schedule to fit that award availability. And I completely understand that it's not easy, especially for people to book these last minute tickets, especially if you have a 9 to 5. I totally get that, but I just want to present an option to get to Japan and maximize your credit card points for those of you that are willing to have that flexibility and book those kind of last minute tickets. So if you want more information on how to complete these bookings or another step-by-step tutorial on how to complete business class ANA award bookings, you can check out these videos over here. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching this far if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.